Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another thrilling episode of Elliot and his hip, a heart-warming tale of iPhone photography and the vitriol it generates. Now, we brought you the mind-blowing revelation that Elliot, yes, our very own Elliot, has discovered a new style of documentary shooting, which included taking photographs from the hip, amongst other things. But hold on to your selfie sticks, because, well, the comments section melted. Yes, a lot of people had some thoughts about his groundbreaking technique. Yes, in a shocking turn of events, it seems some viewers on the old World Wide Web were more concerned with the fact that Elliot dared to snap some photos from the hip, rather than look at the stunningly beautiful and natural portraits he'd managed to capture throughout South America. I mean, who needs breathtaking and vibrant street scenes when you could just focus on the angle from which the photos were taken? Am I right? And it's more than just, the angle. I don't know why people weren't quite getting this, but they said, how dare he shoot from the hip? It's been done before. Well, we've got some news for you folks. So has breathing, and yet we all still managed to find it quite useful. But fear not, viewers, fear not. We're going to embark on a journey through the wacky world of YouTube comments, where the profound insights of the armchair photographer reign supreme. So the comments section truly is a haven for enlightened discourse and sturdy criticism, of course. As it turns out, well, half of the photographers were complimenting Elliot's work and marvelling at his ability to blend the background and capture candid moments. The other half were fixated on the fact that he dared to shoot from the hip. Dared! Oh my gosh, the horror! What was he thinking? They didn't even deign to mention the actual images, as if the very fact of holding a camera at one side overshadowed any artistic mastery on display. Shoot from the hip? How dare he? This has been done before. Yes, let's completely overlook the fact that Elliot managed to create a stunning collection of documentary portrait photographs. But look, fear not, because we'll wade through the sea of sarcasm and unveil the true gems of wisdom nestled within the depths of the comment section. I think you're going to like this. It is truly going to enlighten your photographic journey. So we have a prime specimen of internet wit here, proclaiming with the utmost sincerity, lazy way to shoot, no thinking involved. Oh, bravo, dear sir. I wonder, did you notice the images at all? The lighting is sublime, the framing is inspired, and the utterly natural nature of these documenting moments is quite unique. And clearly, you think it was an accident. He lazily pointed his camera anywhere and was just lucky to get an amazingly lit natural shot. Not just once, not even twice, but 40 times in a row. Boy, this is one lucky photographer. But then again, as Gary Player famously pointed out, the more you practice, the luckier you seem to get. Makes you think, doesn't it? Here's another. Look at this. What's new about that? It's called hip shooting, and it's a very common technique, one that I've been practicing for 50 years, and I didn't invent it. Sir, your unparalleled mastery of sarcasm truly shines like a beacon of originality in this otherwise monotonous sea of commentary. I'm overwhelmed to hear that you've been using this iPhone shooting technique for 50 years now. Congratulations, sir, especially given the fact that the iPhone wasn't even launched till the 29th of June 2007. So lo and behold, let's stumble upon another intrepid soul claiming, I shot from the waist nearly 30 years ago, and I have the developed film somewhere as proof. Ah, so they were taken on a film camera, were they, sir? How can you possibly understand this technique is to blend into the street scene unnoticed in the way that Elliot did with a film camera in his hand by his side, keeping everything natural. Nobody saw him. It's impossible, because you'd be as obvious as a fox in a chicken convention if you walked in with a camera. Capturing the essence of a vibrant street market, the raw emotions of the people going about their daily lives, and the sheer beauty of South America pales into comparison to the shocking revelation that somebody dared to take a photo from the hip all those years ago on their film camera. I don't get it. I don't get it. What about the photographs? It's like having a 1967 E-Type Jag and marvelling at how nice the tyres are. It's like having a trip to space on Virgin Galactic and sitting motionless on the edge of infinity, the enormity of Earth to our one side, the abyss of the universe to the other, while all the time we're concentrating our attention on how well the leather on the seats are stitched and how comfy these seats are. What? Look, fear not. And it's not all bad. The photography community is divided here because we have voices crying out in the wilderness. Excellent captures. The framing is amazing. Somebody else said, some really excellent street. We have amazingly good images. Thank you for sharing. So listen, it appears that some people have managed to peel away their eyes from the scandalous hip shooting technique and appreciate the actual artistry on display. Bravo, photographers. I congratulate you. Really, really now. Bravo. So let's stop, shall we? And look at the amount of people who said that they'd been doing this for years. Well, hell's bells. You really are ahead of the curve. So what you're telling us, you've been blending into the background faster than an octopus dating a chameleon. And you've been taking some absolutely groundbreaking images yourself, have you? That sounds great. Where can we see them? I tell you what, if you leave a comment and you don't like the technique, and you've been doing it for years using your photo wizardry, that must be amazing. Let us see them. Leave a comment in the section with a website where we can see your pictures. I said that before, but nobody's done it. Heaven knows why. I would have thought they'd been bursting at the seams to show us how it's done. And to the photographers quick to tell me that this photographer and that photographer was doing this technique 50 years ago. Really? With an iPhone? Hell, they must have had a beta version from Steve Jobs himself. Look, once you use a camera on your shoulder, around your neck, or on your hip for that matter, you are no longer doing this technique. You are no longer blending into the background like somebody, walking by carrying their phone. You've got a camera. You look like a photographer. Everybody can see you're a photographer. That box with the lens on the front, it's going to give you away. Sorry to burst your bubble. It's hard to grasp, I know. But I've got to tell you, it's a camera and everybody can see it's a camera. They know what one looks like. So it's not rocket science for them to think, you just might be taking photos. But Elliot's technique in this video involved walking by, carrying his phone in such a way that it just looked like he was, carrying his phone. Nobody even considered photography. And that is exactly why his images are so natural. Unbelievably natural. In a way that I haven't been, seen so many pictures before. The thing that amazes me most is that so many of the comments don't even mention the photographs. It's all about, how he took them. It's so blinkered. But maybe one or two people will go back and have a look at them again and realise what's been created. And I'm not saying here that everybody should be in love with the images. Hell no. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. I like them, but I think the images, are fantastic. But if people don't like them, that's okay. Art is subjective. It's okay to disagree on the merit of the images. Leave a comment now if you didn't like the images and say why you didn't like the images. And as long as we're looking at the images and not fixated on how he took the images, I think that will put us in a better place. Well, there you have it, folks. Roller coaster rant through the tumultuous world of YouTube comments, where the art of iPhone photography takes a backseat to the riveting debate over shooting from the hip. But fear not, Elliot will continue to defy the naysayers and capture more images in his new technique, and one hip shot at a time, I'm sure. And if you haven't seen Elliot's images, then they really are, for me, quite inspiring. Take a look at them in this video here.